Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
Benjamin stepped off the sleek transport vessel onto the lush surface of Zarnath Prime, his heart racing with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The air was rich and fragrant, overwhelming his senses with a blend of unfamiliar floral scents and vibrant life. Bioluminescent plants shimmered in shades of turquoise and violet, illuminating the landscape as day began to fade into twilight. As a young anthropologist on a diplomatic mission, his primary objective was to foster interspecies relationships and report on the diverse cultures he encountered. Yet, as he surveyed the otherworldly beauty surrounding him, Benjamin couldn't shake the feeling of isolation. He was a solitary figure amidst a world that thrummed with energy and connection, so distinct from his own. He wandered through a welcoming marketplace where Zarnathians, tall, elegant beings with iridescent skin varying in hues, exchanged goods and laughter. Their deep-set eyes shimmered with curiosity, glancing curiously at him as he navigated the stalls, awkwardly trying to blend into their vibrant lives. However, their warm smiles did little to quell his homesickness. As he strolled through the market, Benjamin's attention was drawn to an elder who stood out among the crowd. The granny, as she would come to be known, had luminescent green skin that glowed softly under the pulsing light of nearby vines. Her features were wise and kind, reflecting her age and experience. The aura around her captivated Benjamin, pulling him closer. The granny caught his gaze and smiled warmly, her age-spotted hands resting on a nearby stall. "Ah, human, how wonderful to see you here, child!" Her voice was melodic, yet it carried the weight of generations behind it. Surprised by her direct address, Benjamin approached cautiously. "Hello, I'm Benjamin. I'm here on a research mission." "A mission? How intriguing," she replied, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Have you ever considered why humans are so fascinating to us Zarnathians? There's a certain perfection in your raw nature." Benjamin blinked, taken aback by her words. "Perfection? I've never thought of myself that way." With a chuckle, the granny waved a hand dismissively. "Humans possess an element of wildness that my people admire. It stirs emotions and ignites desires long forgotten. But you, dear boy, may be more perfect for my granddaughter than you realize." His heart raced at the prospect. "Your granddaughter?" Benjamin inquired, intrigued. "Indeed, Amy is a beautiful spirit, full of life and adventure. She struggles with the societal expectations of mating, and I believe you may be the answer to her plight." The granny leaned in closer, her gaze intense and earnest. "Perhaps you will find what you were searching for here, Benjamin. Love can cross many boundaries." His mind whirled with possibilities, excitement mingling with trepidation. Could there truly be something between him and an alien being? "She is everything it means to be Zarnathian, strong, kind, and radiant," the granny continued. "You should meet her, Benjamin. I can sense a connection waiting to blossom." As she spoke, Benjamin felt a spark ignite within him, filled with possibilities beyond his wildest dreams. Yet, doubts crept in. How could he, a mere human, be what this alien society desired? "Meet her tonight at the Celestial Festival," the granny chimed, dispelling his thoughts. "I assure you, it will be an evening filled with wonders beyond your imagination." With that, she took his hand, leaving him with a sense of urgency and hope. Here, in this vibrant alien world, perhaps he was destined for more than he ever imagined. The Celestial Festival hummed with life as Benjamin arrived, the air thick with excitement and anticipation. The vibrant greens and blues of Zarnath Prime transformed into a carnival of color beneath waves of shimmering light. Luminescent orbs floated gracefully above the crowd, twinkling like stars in the twilight sky, creating a dreamlike atmosphere. Benjamin's pulse quickened as he recalled the granny's words. Would he really find Amy here? And would there be any connection between them? The thought sent a thrill down his spine as he navigated his way through clusters of jubilant Zarnathians celebrating the night. Amidst the lively festivities, he heard laughter that seemed to wrap around him like music. It led him to a clearing where a group of Zarnathians swirled in a mesmerizing dance, their bodies fluid like water, every graceful movement echoing the rhythm of the night. And then he saw her, Amy. She stood at the edge of the dance, her long hair cascading down her back like liquid silver, adorned with delicate flowers that glimmered in the dim light. Her skin shimmered in a soft shade of pearlescent lavender, catching the light with every subtle movement. Amy's laughter was infectious. It drew him closer, and he couldn't look away. As if sensing his gaze, Amy turned, her deep violet eyes locking onto his. A spark ignited between them, an instant, undeniable connection. She stepped away from the dance and approached Benjamin, her expression a blend of curiosity and surprise. "Are you the human everyone has been talking about?" she asked, her voice soft and melodic, sending a shiver down his spine. Yes, I am Benjamin," he stammered, trying to gather his thoughts. "I was sent here to study your culture and connect with your people." Amy tilted her head, intrigued. "And what do you think of our customs?" "There's so much beauty here," he replied honestly, wanting to convey his genuine admiration. "The festival is incredible. I've never experienced anything like it." She smiled, her warmth making him feel as if he had stepped into the sun. "Would you like to join me?" She gestured toward the dancers, her excitement palpable. "You must experience the Zarnathian way." Before Benjamin could respond, she took his hand, leading him into the dance. He felt a rush of adrenaline as he followed her movements. Although he struggled to keep pace with the fluidity of her people, Amy guided him, her laughter mixing with the music that enveloped them. As they danced under the glow of the luminescent orbs, he could feel their connection deepening, each movement sharing unspoken words between them. In that moment, any feelings of inadequacy began to fade. The presence of the granny felt far away, as if it were only them in this vast, enchanting world. Amidst the swirling colors and rhythmic beats, Benjamin leaned in, his eyes locked onto hers. "Your people are amazing. This place, it feels alive." Amy's expression turned serious, her smile softening into a contemplative look. "We believe in connection, the bond between souls, regardless of form. Here, mating isn't just about reproduction. It's about finding that one person who complements you." His heart raced at her words. "And what if you never find that person?" he asked, curiosity overtaking caution. "That's the challenge," she replied with a hint of sadness. "Society places expectations on us. Many feel the pressure to conform, to find their mate quickly, especially with the festival reminding everyone of the urgency." Benjamin's interest piqued as he learned about her struggles. "Is that how you feel?" "Yes," she admitted, looking away briefly. "It's hard sometimes. I want to explore and find joy in love, but it's heavy knowing the weight of expectations." He took a breath, the moment heavy with meaning. "What if we found joy together, even if it's just for this festival?" Her gaze returned to him, and for a moment, everything else faded away. "Do you really mean that?" "Yes," he encouraged, his voice steady. "We can explore this together, free from expectations, just for tonight." A hopeful smile broke through Amy's earlier worries. "Then let us seize this night," she chimed, pulling him deeper into the festival's embrace. As the evening wore on, they ventured through various stalls filled with exotic foods, vibrant garments, and the warm laughter of fellow Zarnathians. They sampled sweet, glowing fruits that burst with flavors unlike anything Benjamin had tasted before. Each bite ignited more laughter between them, melding their worlds just a little bit closer. With every shared experience, Benjamin found himself captivated by Amy's charm, her laughter resonating in his chest. He delighted in her stories of Zarnathian culture, the mythical creatures that roamed the land, the ancient beliefs that shaped their society, and the ways they celebrated life. She spoke passionately, her spirit infectious, drawing him further into her world. Near the end of the night, Amy led Benjamin to a serene hillside that overlooked the festival. Beneath the stars, the luminous plants cast a soft glow over the landscape. The distant sounds of celebration created a backdrop of rhythm, while fireflies danced in the air, twinkling like scattered diamonds. "Do you like it here?" she asked softly, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's beautiful," he replied, gazing at her illuminated face, the gentleness of the moment wrapping around them. But I think it's you who makes it truly enchanting. Their eyes locked. The world around them faded into insignificance. There was a magnetic pull between them, a tantalizing energy that begged to be explored. As they moved closer, Benjamin's heart raced. He could feel her warmth, the allure of their connection urging them towards something deeper. Just as he was about to lean in, uncertainty flickered in the depths of Amy's gaze. "Benjamin," she began, hesitance woven in her words. "We should be careful. There are consequences to this connection." Consequences? The thought struck him with a wave of confusion. But isn't this what we're meant to explore? They'll come for you, for us. Her voice trembled with the weight of what she was saying. The societal norms, they don't easily accept a union like this. But before he could respond, the echoes of the night wrapped around them, leaving Benjamin wrestling with his emotions. He longed to bridge the distance, to dispel her fears with his own assurances. "Maybe the consequences don't matter if what we feel is real," he managed, his resolve hardening as he leaned closer. The tension in the air thickened as Benjamin and Amy stood on that hillside, their hearts racing and thoughts swirling. He longed to bridge the distance between their worlds, to prove their connection was more than just a fleeting moment. Yet, Amy's warning clung to him like mist, casting doubt on the path ahead. "Perhaps we should return to the festival," she suggested, pulling away just slightly. "It's safer there." He hated the way her words felt like a barrier, but he understood her hesitance. "I don't want to run away from this," he replied, his voice earnest. "Can't we take this one step at a time?" Amy glanced down at the glowing ground, her expression revealing the tumult in her heart. "You don't know how complicated it will be," she murmured. "You'll never truly belong here, Benjamin. The expectations are suffocating." "But people should be able to love whoever they choose," he countered, determination lacing his words. "We can navigate this." For a heartbeat, the air crackled between them with shared desire and budding hope. But just as quickly, Amy looked away, sorrow clouding her eyes. "It's not that simple," she said, the weight of her culture's norms pressing heavily on her shoulders. Just then, a loud cheer erupted from the festival below. The sound echoed through the night air and temporarily broke the tension. Benjamin took a step closer, desperate to bring back the light that had sparkled between them moments before. "Maybe we can change things. Maybe together we can challenge those norms." Amanda looked back at him, a flicker of something bright, a glimmer of hope shone in her eyes. "You really believe that?" "Yes," he insisted, heart pounding. "Love should be celebrated, not constrained. If we work together, we can show others that it's worth it." For a moment, Amy's expression softened, her heart swayed by his passion. "Maybe, just maybe," she hesitated. But before she could finish her thought, a commotion from the festival pulled her back to reality. "Amy!" A voice boomed from below, one that sent a chill through Benjamin. It was Terran, a Zarnathian male with a reputation for being domineering, known for his ruthless ambition in seeking a mate. He was one of the foremost suitors for Amy, and here he was, encroaching on their moment. With determination, Benjamin stepped forward. "We're just talking," he said, trying to mask the tension rising within him. Terran's intense gaze shifted from Amy to Benjamin, surprise etched on his face. "And who is this?" he asked, lips quirking up in disdain. "A human? How quaint." "Leave us alone, Terran," Amy replied, stepping closer to Benjamin, her protective instincts flaring. She took a deep breath, standing her ground. "This is my choice." "Your choice." His laughter was predatory, making Benjamin bristle with urge to defend her. "You think you can find satisfaction with a mere human? You're wasting your time, Amy. You belong with someone who can elevate your status, not hinder it. What can he possibly offer to a Zarnathian? Loving companionship and understanding." Benjamin interjected fiercely, anger flaring beneath his skin. "I offer her support, adventure, and the freedom to be herself." Terran's eyes narrowed, the amusement in his expression replaced by cold intensity. "You think that's enough to hold her? When you return to your mundane life on Earth, what will remain of your fancy dreams?" She will suffer for it. No, Amy countered, glaring at Terran. You don't get to dictate who I should be with. With a smirk, he took a step back, crossing his arms and surveying Benjamin with disdain. We shall see how long this little affair lasts. You may be captivating now, human, but the whims of society are unyielding. It's not just about romance. It's about legacy. The weight of Terran's words hung heavily in the air, a cold reminder of the barriers they faced. Amy's eyes flickered between Terran and Benjamin, her expression torn. Let's go back to the dance, she suggested quietly, stepping away from the confrontation. Please, Benjamin. Benjamin followed her lead, fighting the frustration swirling within him. The music continued to pulsate through the festival, but it felt hollow, devoid of the wonder it had held only moments before. As they rejoined the celebration, the atmosphere grew heavier. Benjamin sensed the eyes of Zarnathians like Terran watching him with skepticism. It was as if the warmth and joy of the festival had dimmed beneath the scrutiny of their societal expectations. In an effort to shake off the unease, he turned to Amy. Let's enjoy tonight, you and me, just like we started. She managed a smile, though it didn't quite reach her eyes. You're right, Benjamin. But a flicker of doubt lingered in her demeanor. Let's just have fun. They danced and laughed, yet the shadow of Terran's warning loomed over them, souring their joyous moments. With every shared glance and soft laugh, Benjamin felt the barriers ahead of them rising and knew that the road to acceptance would be fraught with obstacles. As the night deepened, they wandered hand in hand through the festival, excitement and uncertainty mingling. They stopped at a stall flaunting intricate jewelry, and Benjamin found himself drawn to a delicate bracelet made from iridescent pearls that mirrored Amy's eyes. Here, he said, gently taking her wrist and adorning her with the delicate piece. A gift to remember tonight. Her face lit up, and for a moment, the weight of the world seemed to lift. It's beautiful, she exclaimed, turning her wrist this way and that, marveling at the way it caught the light. Yet, just as quickly, a memory of Terran's laughter returned. But it's not a gift worthy of someone like me, she whispered, the edge of her voice revealing the tiny crack in her resolve. Don't say that, he urged, desperate to dispel the darkness that threatened to overshadow their connection. You deserve everything and more. You don't understand, Amy said, pulling away slightly, the moment dampened. Choosing you would mean defying everyone. It's not just about us. There are consequences for both our families. His heart ached at the pain in her voice, the fear reflected in her eyes. I want to face those consequences with you, he vowed. Together, we can pave our own way. Can we? She asked hesitantly, doubt creeping back in. Can love really conquer societal expectations? I believe it can, Benjamin said, clutching her hands tighter. But we need to be brave. As the festival began to wind down, the stars above twinkled brighter, as if they were witnessing the struggle that lay ahead. Benjamin and Amy stood at the precipice of an uncertain future, their hearts intertwined but burdened by the expectations of their worlds. Little did they know, the forces around them were already beginning to shift, and the journey ahead would test not only their connection but also their identities. A confrontation loomed on the horizon, threatening to pull them apart before they could even truly begin to explore what love might mean between a human and a Zarnathian. Even as the festival began to dwindle, the electric pulse of excitement lingered in the air. Benjamin and Amy stepped away from the remaining crowd of revelers, seeking a moment of solace, but they could still feel the weight of expectant eyes following them. The gentle glow of the bioluminescent plants illuminated their path as dusk turned to night, but beneath their vibrant beauty, a storm brewed in their hearts. They found refuge atop a small hill overlooking the festivities, where the sounds of merriment were muffled, but the undercurrents of their predicament surged around them. Benjamin's heart raced, a combination of determination and dread. Tonight, he began, taking a step closer to her. We need to make a decision about us. Amy hesitated, her face a canvas of conflicting emotions. I know, she finally whispered. but I can't shake the fear that whatever we decide will have repercussions." He reached for her hands, brushing his thumb gently over her skin, grounding both of them in the moment. "We have to be brave," he insisted, his voice steady. "You mean too much to me to let fear dictate our choices." Amy searched his eyes, her emotions swirling like the stars above them. "What if we're not ready for this? What if we fail?" "Failure is part of love," he replied, pulling her closer. "We take risks. We learn. If we find strength in each other, we'll shine through the darkness." But just as their gazes locked, a shadow moved beneath the lights of the festival, a figure advancing toward them. Benjamin's heart sank as he recognized Terran, flanked by a group of boisterous Zarnathians who immediately silenced upon spotting him and Amy. "Fancy meeting you here," Terran sneered, his eyes flashing with malice. "Sharing sweet nothings with this human. How quaint." "Leave us alone, Terran," Amy said firmly, though her voice trembled slightly. "You have no right to interfere with our lives." "Interfere? I'm merely concerned for your status," he replied, stepping closer, his voice condescending. "You don't truly believe this relationship is beneficial, do you? A union with a human? You'd be throwing away your future for something that can't last." Instinctively, Benjamin stepped protectively in front of Amy, anger boiling within him. "Enough! You don't know anything about us." Terran laughed, a sound cruel and mocking. "Oh, but I do. I see a foolish human chasing after society's reject. Zarnathian bloodlines can't be diluted like this. You don't understand the consequences of what you're stirring up. My people expect better for you, Amy." "Expectations," Amy shouted, her voice echoing into the night. "You think I care about your expectations? I want the freedom to choose who I love." The tension in the air snapped like a taut string, but Terran wasn't backing down. "Choosing him means risking everything. Your place in our society, your family's legacy. You think this is love? This is folly. Who are you to tell me what love is?" Benjamin interjected, stepping forward squarely in front of Terran. "Love doesn't follow bloodlines or societal norms. It's about connection." With a snarl, Terran's composure unraveled, and he lunged toward Benjamin, fists clenched. "You think you can defy the very foundation of our existence?" In a flash, Benjamin sidestepped, evading Terran's aggression. "You're nothing but a coward. If you want to fight, then don't just hide behind your society's rules. Face me." A ripple of energy sparked in the air as bystanders began to circle around them, the festival atmosphere mixing with tension. Benjamin realized they were not just fighting for themselves. In this moment, they were symbolizing hope, battling the expectations laid out by a society that seemed archaic against the vibrant connection of love. "Stop!" Amy cried, stepping between them, her body trembling. "This isn't what I want. I refuse to be your trophy, Terran. You want to impress the clan with the perfect mate? Take that battle elsewhere." For a moment, silence hung in the air. Terran's jaw clenched, eyes filled with frustration. "You're making a mistake choosing him over me. Your value lies in being with someone respected, someone powerful." "Power isn't what defines love," she shot back, her voice steady. "Love is acceptance and support, and Benjamin understands me in a way you never will." A murmur rippled through the crowd watching them, and Benjamin felt a flicker of hope. Perhaps her words were reaching others, sparking change within the spectators, leading them to question what was right. With a grimace, Terran finally stepped back, eyes narrowing as he regarded the growing crowd. "Mark my words, Amy. You will regret this decision. Humans are transitory. You won't keep him. The clan will never accept you both." He tossed a dismissive glance at Benjamin before turning sharply and marching away, his followers trailing behind. The tension began to dissipate as the festival resumed its lively spirit, but Benjamin felt the aftermath of Terran's threat hanging in the air like a heavy fog. He turned back to Amy, who was visibly shaken. "I'm so sorry," he murmured, instinctively reaching for her. She stepped into his embrace, her warmth a soothing balm against the churning uncertainty in his heart. "I'm beginning to think I'm the one who needs to apologize," she said softly, breathing in the moment. This isn't just about us. It's about challenging everything. We're facing the same storm, Amy, he replied, pulling her closer. But we can weather it together. I promise I'll fight for you, for us. But at what cost? She asked, gazing into his eyes, an adorable mix of fear and determination swirling within her. We'll forge our own path. Love is worth the risk, Benjamin asserted, his voice steady, filled with conviction. We'll face the challenge together. I'm not going anywhere. As they stood together, hearts pounding, they realized the importance of their connection, not only for themselves, but as a beacon of hope to others caught between love and expectations in Zarnathian society. In that moment, they both vowed to rise above the barriers, to embrace their unique bond and face the obstacles ahead together. The air was electric with tension and anticipation as Benjamin and Amy stood on the hill overlooking the festival. The confrontation with Terran had sparked something deep within them. They were no longer merely explorers, navigating the complexities of an alien culture. They were two souls ready to challenge societal norms together. Let's find a place to be alone, Benjamin suggested, his voice low and filled with urgency. He gently trailed his fingers along her arm, a shiver of electric warmth sparking at the contact. We need to talk about what's next for us. Amy nodded, her eyes filled with a mix of determination and vulnerability. As they made their way to a more secluded area away from the festival's chaos, the vibrant colors and sounds of celebration faded, leaving only the soft rustle of leaves and the gentle hum of bioluminescent creatures surrounding them. They soon found a tranquil clearing beneath a canopy of glowing vines, twinkling like stars above them. The atmosphere was serene, and for the first time that night, a sense of calm enveloped them. But beneath the calm, an electric tension remained beneath the surface, swirling with unspoken words and desires. Benjamin, Amy began, her voice trembling slightly. After what happened with Terran, I realize more than ever how much I want you in my life. But we need to talk about this connection between us. The idea of mating. It's more than just love. It's binding our lives together. His heart raced at the implication, a blend of excitement and trepidation flooding him. I feel it too, Amy, he replied, stepping closer, capturing her hands in his. Our worlds are so different, but I believe our love transcends those boundaries. Mating for you means embracing a powerful bond, something beyond just passion. It's a union of souls. Yes, she said, her eyes shimmering like the stars above them. In Zarnathian culture, mating is sacred. It's not just about our connection. It's also about our families, our communities. But I want it. I want you. The admission hung in the air, heavy with meaning. Benjamin felt a whirlwind of emotions welling up inside him. Desire, love, hope. I'm ready to face whatever comes next, Amy. I'll stand by you. Together, we can challenge the norms of your society. We can show them that love can bridge any divide. She smiled, the warmth of her gaze igniting a fire within him. What if we go through with this? What if we proclaim our bond in front of the festival? It could change everything, but it would also expose us to scrutiny and judgment. Let them watch, he said, his voice steady and filled with resolve. If we're to choose this life together, let's do so openly. Mating with you would be the greatest honor of my life, Amy. It symbolizes everything we've fought for. Amy's heart raced at his words, the weight of their meaning settling upon her. You really mean that? You'd stand before everyone, regardless of the consequences? Yes, I would, because I believe in us, and I believe that love can break even the strongest barriers, he declared, the intensity of his gaze locking onto hers. Their faces drew ever closer, the world around them fading until it was just the two of them and the promise held within. In that moment, they both knew they would take the leap together. With a final breath, their lips met, sealing their promise. As the warmth of their first shared kiss cascaded through them, Benjamin felt an overwhelming sense of belonging. It was a kiss that signified not just desire, but an unbreakable bond born of understanding and acceptance. Pulling back slightly, Amy gazed into his eyes, her breath catching. Let's return to the festival. We'll announce it together. No matter what happens, Let's face it together. With renewed determination, they made their way back to the festival. The vibrant colors and enchanting music beckoned them forward, and as they stepped back into the brightness, they felt the weight of anticipation hanging in the air. They approached a gathering of Zarnathians, their eyes flickering with curiosity as the couple drew nearer. The granny waited comfortably among them, a glimmer of pride shining in her gaze. With a shared look of confidence, Benjamin took a deep breath. "Ladies and gentlemen, Zarnathians and humans alike, we stand before you to declare our bond." The crowd murmured, their reactions mixed, some faces illuminated with smiles, others laced with disbelief. But Benjamin and Amy remained steadfast, holding onto each other, ready to embrace whatever came next. "We are here to challenge the beliefs that divide us," he continued, a fervor building within him. "Love knows no boundaries. It doesn't matter if the beings are human or Zarnathian. What matters is the connection between our souls." As the poignant words echoed through the crowd, a pause filled the air, and then a ripple of applause began, gaining momentum. The granny stepped forward, her radiant expression echoing the sentiments of love and acceptance. "I've seen the beauty in this union," she proclaimed, facing the crowd. "Love reverberates through both our cultures, and it is stronger than tradition. Let us celebrate this embrace instead of scorn it." With that declaration, the atmosphere shifted. Cheers erupted, mingling with laughter and support from the crowd, uniting the festival in a way that felt like a fresh beginning. Enveloped in the embrace of the celebration, Benjamin and Amy clung to each other, their hearts soaring. Together, they had forged their destinies, two souls intertwined, facing the world ready to challenge every barrier that stood in their way. Hand in hand, amidst the joyous revelry, they reveled in their love, excited for what lay ahead. The stars above shone brighter than ever, witnesses to their pledge of love, a promise that would ripple through time, forever altering the course of their lives and the world around them. Months had passed since Benjamin and Amy's bold declaration at the Celestial Festival, and the world around them had begun to shift. Zarnath Prime, once steeped in tradition and societal expectations, had started to embrace new ideas, fueled by the courage of a human and a Zarnathian who dared to love despite the odds. Benjamin marveled at how swiftly things had changed. Families that had once held rigid views on interspecies unions were beginning to open their hearts and minds. The once skeptical whispers had transformed into conversations filled with curiosity, exploring the depth of their bond and the beauty of the narrative they had woven together. He stood on the balcony of their shared dwelling, overlooking the bioluminescent gardens that flourished vibrantly. Amy joined him, her presence a light that brightened even the darkest corners of his heart. She wore a necklace woven from the iridescent pearls he had gifted her during the festival, a symbol of their commitment and the journey they had undertaken together. "What's on your mind?" Amy asked softly, leaning against him, her head resting on his shoulder as they both took in the beauty of their world. "I'm just thinking about how much has changed," he replied, a smile tugging at his lips. "This place feels alive with possibilities." Amy glanced up at him, her eyes reflecting the glow of the nearby plants. "It really does. People are beginning to understand that love is worth pursuing, no matter the form it takes. We've sparked a new dialogue." Benjamin turned to face her, a mixture of pride and affection swirling within him. "And it all started with us, your bravery, and our willingness to fight for our love. You've made me believe in something greater than myself." With a warm smile, Amy took his hands, her touch electrifying. "And you've shown me the beauty of vulnerability. Our bond has become a bridge, not just for us, but for others who feel lost and constrained." As they stood together in peaceful silence, their hearts intertwined, Benjamin knew there was still much work to be done. But for now, they had each other, facing whatever challenges lay ahead with an unbreakable resolve. "Soon," Amy said with a playful grin, breaking the quiet spell, "we'll host an interspecies gathering. Imagine what joy it will bring to our families, a celebration of love in all its forms." "Now that sounds incredible," Benjamin replied, excitement bubbling in him. "And we'll show them what love truly means, and how it can connect even the most unlikely souls. You and I, Benjamin, we are perfect for each other, bound by love that knows no boundaries. With that, she stepped closer, capturing his lips in a soft, lingering kiss, sealing their commitment not only to one another, but to the world they were helping to reshape. As they pulled away, Benjamin gazed into Amy's eyes, his heart swelling with certainty. They were a symbol of love, a beacon of hope that could lead others into accepting and embracing the unexpected unions around them. Together, they had faced their fears, challenged societal norms, and emerged stronger than before. Hand in hand, they were ready to continue their adventure, creating a legacy of love that would echo across worlds, seamlessly blending the extraordinary with the ordinary. Their journey had only just begun, and as they stood together, the future ahead shimmered with the endless possibilities of love, a journey that intricately intertwined their souls, forever changing the course of both their lives.